We are live. All right. Thank y'all for coming in this evening. Facts over feelings.
Hey.
Special guests. Got my co-host here, man. We ready to rock and roll tonight. Ain't we, Jordan?
How's it going? Yes.
The question is, how it's going for you, Mr. Campaign Man?
I literally just walked in off the doors, knocking on the district. Cinco de Mayo. I put a post out about Cinco de Mayo. But I'm doing good, man. It's full throttle with the campaign. Right now we're still collecting signatures. We're about 75% there where we need to go.
Okay.
And then transitioning to some of our events. So I'll make an announcement later on for a couple of events that we have coming up. But all is well. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm still in Atlanta living, as the old folks would say if they were here. Well, I mean, we do got somebody old in the studio, but we ain't gonna say that. But yeah, man, I'm here. I was glad to be here tonight. Facts over feelings, man. So thank y'all for coming in. We're going to get started. As we talked about last week, ended the show on some Black male mental health subject. We want to take this time in this episode today to kind of focus on that. So we're going to put the politics aside just for a little bit. We're going to jump back into next week. I do have to say, though, before we jump into that, Clarence Thomas.
Oh, man.
You...
like, low down.
I can't, the words, I can't even put into words how disappointed and hurt I am as a Black man to see another Black man take what gains and advantages and things as such that we've managed to obtain as Black folks. And you're the leading voice.
Mm-hmm.
In dismantling that. And that's just horrible. And then you have other Black folks, and I'm gonna call you out. Travis Clark and Mr. Orlando Owens all over Facebook running around all happy about it. Like, come on, y'all.
Like it's not gonna impact them.
Like, Orlando? Yeah, he was in that too. He was all happy, all excited. Oh, yeah, this is why they doing it, because it's discriminatory. Shut up. Shut up. With that dumb stuff. But yeah, that's just horrible. So
yeah,
but we're gonna go back and revisit that later on. But today I could not say that.
Yeah,
I just had to bring that up. But that's just, and I ain't gonna just, like I put on my Facebook post, I ain't gonna bombard Clarence Thomas with all the arrows, because other judges on that bench are also just as complicit.
Mm-hmm.
He's just the black face of it. So, but yeah. It's just a shame what our parents and our grandparents work for, y'all. It's just gutting it. I couldn't believe that we're here in 2026, but yet we are. But with that said, Black men's mental health.
Yes.
So we have with us in studio Uncle Rick.
Uncle Rick.
Yeah. Uncle Rick, what's up, man?
Oh man, everything's good.
Uncle Rick is in the house, man. Come on.
Man.
Woo! Give us one of those.
Let's go. I'm blessed to be.
I gotta get you loose, man. I gotta get you loose.
I'm trying, man.
Come on, man. Don't get all tight on me. Come on. You're right.
Good.
Right. Governor Roman over here. Yeah.
No, it's not. That's years away. Maybe.
Well, at least I can say I sat in the seat.
That's fair.
Already.
All right. Yeah, I'm sitting in the seat next to you, so that's the privilege right there. That's what it is.
Shucky, quack.
Okay. So Uncle Rick,
what's up?
You've been around for a long time, man.
I have.
In these streets, in a good way.
Yes, in these streets.
Yeah, man. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. You started out NPS, right?
Yes.
Doing what? What were you doing at first?
I started out NPS as what they call an EA, educational assistant.
Okay.
And just moved myself up through the ranks, being in there, and got into coaching and got into mentoring. So it's been a long journey, about 26, 27 years.
Wow.
Of being
grinding.
In Milwaukee Public Schools. Yes, it was a grind.
NPS at that.
Milwaukee Public Schools.
Yeah. Yes. They say it's called making people stupid, but I don't know.
Making people stupid.
I don't.
Hey. Our entire basically Black leadership in Milwaukee is out of NPS, basically.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. So
Literally,
they call us if they want to, but we run
I
it.
got you with that one.
Caught you off guard with that.
Yeah. So the reason why we got Uncle Rick with us, like I said, he's been around for over 20-something years in NPS working. Does have a program that's called Own It, man.
Yes.
So tell us about that, man, because you guys have been doing some phenomenal work, man. So tell us about Own It.
Thank you. Now, Own It came from my personal story.
Okay.
Won't go all the way into that, but when I had to go seek help for the mental health, my therapist just looked at me in my eyes and said, "Rick, if you want this to work, you got to own it." And those two words stuck with me since then. That was over 16 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So those words stuck with me, and I've always been a mentor per se, just really didn't have the title of being a mentor. So we started the organization in 2014 of Own It Mentoring.
Okay.
And it's been going well, going through school to school and talking to the kids.
So you're in the schools. You're in schools.
Yes, I call it now. I call it Own It Mobile Mentoring. So I go to
Own It
where
Mobile
the kids
Mentoring.
are needed. You know,
Okay.
'cause if you try to get them to come to you, sometimes it gets a little difficult. So we go where they are.
Okay. I see people always say, and I just going over what I see on social media. Oh, there's no programs for the kids. There's not nothing for the kids. You done had this program since 2014 going in our schools.
Absolutely.
In the inner city at that.
Absolutely. Yes.
And you do some outer county schools too, right?
Right now, yes.
Yeah, man. So like this program is great. And how we found, myself and my wife found out about it because our son, unbeknownst to us, when he was going to Wedgewood, got put into his program. We did not know. And I'm like, boy, what did you do in that school? They didn't put you in the program. What's going on? And we were active parents. We just didn't know. We just didn't know. And so got him in the program, met up with Rick, and it's just been off to the races ever since that time, man. I love your program, man.
Thank you.
Because it's needed. I think these children need that male figure. And you were just the perfect person to come on tonight because we're talking about specifically Black men's mental health. Yeah. And I just think what you're doing is just awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
Since 2014, in and out of these schools, helping these kids.
Yeah. Can't leave them. Can't leave them. Retired from MPS, but I still got to keep going.
Yeah. Retired and still working.
Still working.
Man. And you still coaching sometime too, right?
Every now and then. I volunteer my time.
Okay.
Services.
Okay. So the reason why, again, we did this episode because last week we were talking at the end of the show, the conversation came up about a lot of what we're seeing in the news, Black men committing suicide. Two big cases that we saw was the guy down in Shreveport. I hope I'm saying that right. Louisiana, who killed 8 kids. 7 of the kids were his, and the last child was his niece or nephew. And that's just like, whoa. Yeah. Whoa. That's deep. Yeah. Then you had the former lieutenant governor of New Jersey.
Yes.
Not New Jersey, South Carolina?
It was one of the Carolinas.
South Carolina. I believe it was South Carolina.
Fairfax?
Virginia?
I thought it was.
No, Fairfax. Justin Fairfax.
Believe
it's South Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina.
Okay. I could be totally wrong. Or is it Virginia? We'll look it up. We'll look up the facts.
We'll make sure we have the facts right. We are factual feelings for a reason. We'll make sure we give you the facts. But the lieutenant governor, he was ascending person within the Democratic Party. They thought he may have been the next Obama coming up, but then he later committed suicide and had shot and killed his wife while his kids were in the home. After they were going through this bitter divorce, and turned the gun on himself afterwards.
Virginia.
Yep. It's Virginia. Okay. While the kids were in the home, and it's like, okay, wow, what's really going on? And we don't talk about this issue enough. And so, like I said, today I just wanted to take some time to just discuss it. And I got 2 Black brothers here that's in the community doing things. What are y'all take on this? What's your take, Uncle Rick?
Well, my take is that we don't talk to each other enough.
Mm.
We let our problems sit in, and then they fester, and then they boil over. Mm-hmm. And since we don't have anybody to talk to, or we chose not to talk to anybody, it just blows up and explodes. And then we start doing things that we wouldn't necessarily normally do. So that's why I'm so glad you invited me here, because we need to talk.
Yeah.
We need to talk to each other and not at each other. And that's basically what we do all the time.
Yeah.
How many other men are going through the same situations as those 2 incidents that you said.
Yeah.
That we really don't know. They're walking the streets and going through so many problems.
Like a lit fuse. And I think that was part of the conversation. Well, first and foremost, it was taking a step back from saying we recognize that the mental health issues happen, but first and foremost, there was a Black woman who was killed and murdered, and so we were in both incidents, right? And the conversation got away from the primary victim to making excuses for the Black man, right? Which again, we understand that there's mental health issues in both communities, but we have to first acknowledge that there was a primary victim that happened. Yes. And no matter what the excuse was, she was a victim, and now the family has to suffer about that. But I agree, like we don't talk. Going back to our part of it, just want to acknowledge that again. We don't talk. Even, I consider myself a healthy person, but I don't even talk about my issues and my things when things are going on. Like I have never really felt vulnerable in spaces to say, hey, I'm struggling, or hey, I need help, or hey, I need these different things. So I appreciate the rooms and the areas that we get to talk about these things. Even if I'm not talking, at least listening and saying, oh, he's going through the same thing I'm going.
To just be in the rooms.
Yeah.
If we can get a room together and be in the rooms, and I know we do have a lot of rooms that are separated, but we need to bring those rooms together to have that large discussion. And like you just said, a lot of us are going through the same things.
Yeah.
But we'll never know because we will sit in the rooms, not speak about it, not talk about it until it explodes.
Yeah. Right. And just last week, it was a week before last, I was telling them I was at a men's conference at our church, Christ the King. And of course, it has some spiritual realms in it, but the majority of the conversation was, men's health. And the question was asked during the time. It says, hey guys, I want y'all to raise your hands the last time you cried. And one guy raised his hand. He said, I hadn't cried in 3 years. And when I cried, it was because it was at my grandmother's funeral. And he said, I'm 57 years old. And he said, me and grandma was closest thing ever. When she died, it was like a part of me was gone. He said, but I had to really step back and realize, like, man, I have not cried in 3 years. Wow. Because it was always made to be like men should not cry.
Yes.
Yes. And that was one of the things we talked about during that conference is like, men, we have this atmosphere that we're put in that you got to be strong. You gotta suck it up. You got to tuck it in. He also did the presenter did this presentation with us where he had this young guy come up and hold his hand open, put golf balls in. Okay. And he kept telling them, okay, I'm gonna keep giving you balls, and these balls represent all my problems. So he just started naming issues he was dealing with, and the young man couldn't hold it. Like the ball starts spilling over, and some of the guys just start yelling out, "Hey man, pick them balls up!" Hey, and then he said, "Y'all keep talking." And then he told the young man to start walking with the golf ball. So of course he starts walking, and now the ball starts spilling everywhere, right? Nobody got up to try to help him, right? Everybody was just saying, "Man, hold your hands like this, or put them close to your chest so they don't fall out," right? And the presenter was kept saying, and these are my problems here. This is this. Add more stuff to him. As stuff is falling out, he add more. And he said, this is an example of what men go through. Yeah. We keep adding on. Everything is falling over. He said, and did nobody get up to help him? Yeah. Y'all telling him, put your arms in, hold your arms out. But then nobody get up to help him pick up the balls, pick up the problem. And I was like, whoa.
That's us.
Yeah. That's us.
That's us, not helping to pick up the balls. We can give instructions.
Giving instructions.
But we don't reach out.
Nobody reached out, not even his dad. Nobody reached out to say, okay, son, here, and he did that for a reason. He told his dad not to do it for a reason. He said, I want you to watch to see how that made you feel as your father, not being able to help him. And he asked him, he was like, how did that feel? And he was like, man, I feel horrible. Not being able to go to my son, hey man, here, come on, let's go. I'm gonna pick some up and carry it with you. And I thought that was just so powerful. But a lot of times, like I said, we go through a whole lot and nobody even knows. Yeah. On our jobs. Yes. Oh my God, I can tell some stories. Yes, Jesus Christ. Yes. In the workplace, it's sometimes even worse than that because you have to kind of watch what you say. You don't want to come off as, the angry black man if you're getting upset or something, or you are speaking up for yourself. It's just so many different facets of stuff, man, that we can pull from. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
So when do we speak up though?
Right.
You know,
Right.
when do we speak up and stop being afraid what the society is going to think about us? Because we all have a voice, we just don't share it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So that's a deep question because I feel like some people don't speak up because they feel judged and they feel like they're less than, and they feel other men. Take that away. They feel people in general will look down on them, that they're not big enough, not strong enough to do that. So that's part of the reason why we keep things in, because we don't want society to look at us like they're less than, or that we can't handle our responsibilities or whatnot. And I think that's part of the problem. I think it's, again, acknowledging like we all have issues that we deal with. It's okay to let go and release. Like, I'll be honest, like I don't talk about anything. The only time I even remotely get somewhat vulnerable is when I'm with the person that I love. And even that's a struggle, because she's like, you don't never talk, right? You don't never tell me what's going on. Anyway, but it's that is the thing. Like, we just don't feel we don't feel that we have that partnership sometime, and that we don't have people who will hold us up when we need to be held up.
Mm-hmm. Now, I love what Uncle Rick does, though, because you're in the schools talking to these young men. You're kind of trying to catch them a little early.
Yes.
What some of the things that you have encountered, if you can speak about, just some of the things that you've seen and tried to work with some of these young men, and what are some of the ages?
We go from 4th grade all the way through high school.
Okay.
And I want to bring up this one particular point. We were at one of the schools, and this was a young group, I think the 6th and 7th grade group. And I asked everybody how they were doing. And this is one kid who's a jokester and he got really serious. And he said, I'm doing, and used some language, and I let him stay there because I wanted to see what he was saying. He said, well, we talked to the group about going and building a relationship with my dad. And my dad said such and such, and he teed me off just to keep the words clean. And I said, really? He said, so I ain't got nothing to do with him. And so I looked at it as sometimes the older generation is putting off on the younger generation. And when are we going to break that chain and that stigma that we have of now we're teaching our kids? I came to you, Dad, and asked for help, and you're not even helping me. Right. But they don't know that Dad don't know how.
I was going to say Dad probably didn't know.
Dad don't know.
His dad was probably told, just handle it.
Just handle it. Like, we were raised to just be men. No tears, don't cry, just be hard. So I guess that's what he was teaching his son to be, but I don't know the answer to that. So I just let him vent. And most of the times when we go into the schools, we just let the kids vent because sometimes we don't have the answers. We wish we could, but we don't have the answers because they're going through so many mental health challenges. And it's caused mostly, unfortunately, by men. Can I bring this up? Because I was just listening to someone who said, he opened up his show and said, it's black men's fault. And I said, ooh, that's kind of deep. So I had to listen to what he said. He said it's black men's fault because we don't talk. We argue with each other, but we don't relate to each other. And we're going through all these same challenges. And so I found that to be really challenging. And for us to be in the schools where it's prevalent, where you hear the kids talk about it, it's not us. It's something that needs to be worked on. It is.
So I'm glad you said that. It's men fought. Because we do the mentorship programs in the schools, and when you said that, I'm like, how hard is it for us to get a group of mentors into the schools on a consistent basis, right? So not only are we not allowing space for people to be vulnerable, we're not even bringing the men who could be mentors to come in on a regular basis. And I get it. There's pressures and you got jobs and kids and your own stuff and all that stuff. But the need is still there. And it's so hard to get consistent men. And I'm one of those guys who used to be a mentor. And I'm like, I can only make it once a month. And then I got a meeting when the thing comes up. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I got to make it the next month. And that the kid sees that. And they say, well, if he don't care about me being here, why I'm being here in the first place.
Absolutely.
So that's part of the problem for sure.
And I've had the opportunity to come twice.
Absolutely, yes. Wish it could have been more.
Yeah, to a couple of the groups that Rick was offering, man, and that was just kind of surreal for me, being in that spot and being in that atmosphere with them, and you just the look on their eyes is like, oh wow, you do that, you in this, you done did all of that, like they were just totally excited to see that because they had never seen it. They had never seen a black man, a positive black male in front of them before, other than Rick. A lot of them come from so many different kind of backgrounds and homes and things you couldn't imagine. And just to be able to go in there and talk to them and just see their faces light up. And I hope I did some good work with them.
You did some great work. You did some great work.
Hopefully I did some good work with them.
That contract just ended too soon. We really kept that going.
Yeah.
And we're being asked to come back. But
okay.
It just tells the story of how much we're needed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But before bold statement, before we go out and touching their lives, we need to touch each other's lives.
Yeah.
We really do. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing about kids. Kids can see right through you.
Oh yeah.
If you're being real, if you're not being real.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that's why a lot of brothers won't come, because kids will read you and ask you if you're real or not. So you were real, so they start asking questions.
Yeah, they did.
There, right? So if you would come, they would be saying, "Oh, that's a real brother," so I can relate to him.
Yeah.
So we just need to get out here first. Start with us, like this program, this conversation we have in here. Start with us, and hopefully it just springboards, man, because it's so needed in the community.
Yeah, man. I and I don't know. I said I know you're doing what you're doing with your group in your organization, but it's like you said, we do need more of this, but we need to start with ourselves.
Yes.
Like hearing that brother that said he hadn't cried in 3 years, like that's deep. Like, brother, you need to get into a spot, into a space where you feel uninhibited and you can just let go, because you hold in a whole lot. Not crying in 3 years.
That is a lot. Now, I want to mention we started a brotherhood collective too.
Okay.
And so far,
let's talk about that.
We're in month 2.
Okay.
Of the brotherhood collective, and that's basically what we want to talk about is brothers' mental health. Okay. And when I say brothers, I'm not meaning just black. I'm meaning across the board. Let's get together and talk. But I've seen in the first 2 sessions, we're afraid to talk in those sessions because the trust issue comes up.
Oh, right.
And so we scared to trust because I don't know that brother. But that's why we're here, so we can get to know each other, so we can have these really deep conversations. Now, one-on-one, if I talk to you, I can have a great conversation, right? And one-on-one with you, I can have a great conversation. But when can we come together and have that conversation together? And that's what we're trying to push the collective to do, to open up, to be real. Like, we've all made mistakes. And I believe one of the reasons I'm popular is because I make myself vulnerable. I tell my true story. Yeah. And the tears come out because I can't tell my story without crying. And when those kids see that, like, well, he ain't. And some of the kids even say, my dad said men ain't supposed to cry. And I'll make the joke, well, I ain't a man then, because I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry with you. So what you call it? You know?
But that's like changing the misnomer that men can't cry. Like, crying is natural. It's a release. And you deal with stresses, right?
Yes.
That's one of the best ways to cry and laugh. Like, those are the 2 ways to get the emotions off your chest before you even start to talk about it. So we have to change that narrative in the community to say it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset or sad. You don't always have to be manned up and protecting everybody. Like, you need to protect yourself, and part of protecting yourself is giving yourself that space to cry and sometimes.
Nothing wrong with shedding some tears, man. And you feel
a lot better.
You feel a lot better when you get that out, man. Oh goodness, I ain't afraid to shed no tears at all. You just got to do it. You got to, and that it's like, you purging yourself, you cleansing yourself after that. Because hold on to that stuff, man. But as you said something, and I kind of understand exactly probably what the guys were feeling. You said not being vulnerable, and I can say I have experienced being vulnerable and then having that, what I shared, used against me later by a person that was close to me. So I can very much feel why a guy going into this space and like,
now it's a trust thing. Yeah,
I don't know, because if I'm gonna say this or whatever I share, what's gonna come out of this? Like, what's coming next? And that made me hard to trust guys after that. So then I started limiting my circle of people that I hung around, because I'm like, okay, am I doing something wrong? Do I got Brian Brickhead across my forehead or something, or his mama say Brenda Brickhead, I said Brian Brickhead. What's like is there something in me that you feel that was okay for you to do? Like, because it happened more than once, and I'm like, what is really going on? And so I understand that whole vulnerability piece is like, I don't want to go there. Because what
So
y'all
we
gonna
have
say?
to break that stigma somehow.
Yeah.
And that's the tough part of the conversation. I know some men cried in our session
Mm,
and they broke their bond. That means they became vulnerable.
mm.
But like we said, 3 weeks, some of these men probably haven't cried 3 years,
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
years, and they don't, because they don't know how to cry. They're meant to be tough,
Mhm.
strong
Mhm.
for your family.
Mhm.
But I say the opposite. If your family see your real emotions and your vulnerability, that you can cry and that you really care, is they're showing it. That's a start.
Mhm.
That's a
Mhm.
start. Crying in front of your peers, our brothers.
Yeah.
You know, that's a
I done
start.
seen your tears plenty of times.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta let them go.
Yeah,
Can't hold
man.
them in there.
Yeah.
Can't hold them in there. So
Yeah.
having this discussion is really huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So how often you guys are meeting, and if someone wanted to join, how would they be able to join this group?
Man, it's wide open. Our next one, we got pushed back this month, so it's going to be the last Saturday of this month.
Okay.
At Brentwood Church of Christ,
Okay.
6425 North 60th, and we just come together. Everybody, it's open to everybody.
Is it a fee, or that could just people just come
fee.
come
Everybody
through?
just come.
Y'all feeding people up in there? Chicken wings or something?
No.
Yeah, some potato chips.
It's not even that. So you know what? I will say I've been to a couple other sessions. Now I've been late to both of them. I would say that, but I've been to them, and I've come in both times on very poignant conversations.
Mm.
And I think the last time there was a young man who was crying, but his story was so compelling on his emotional journey through his experience in his past and dealing with that struggle to become the man that he is today, which was a powerful conversation they was having. So so I would just like to say, like, that program is something that when you invited me to do, I wanted to make sure I was there the first time, and I was like, oh, I have to make some time, late or not, to come back to the second one, because they were having these conversations that need to be had. And it's nothing like being in a room full of, and I would say spiritual men too. A lot of them are spiritual men telling their journey, telling their story, and filling that room with that capacity, right? Making sure that all the other men are inspired to tell their stories too, which I thought was great.
Yeah, we try to create that safe space.
Yep.
Where you could just be vulnerable. You can come in and if you gotta cry, cry.
And this group is something that's ongoing. Like y'all,
ongoing. It's gonna.
Y'all make sure y'all just do it.
Pilot year. We're gonna do it for a full year.
Okay.
Once a month, and I try to change to Saturdays, so we won't be just say everybody's on this Saturday. So we try to change it so more people can come out, and the word is getting out.
Yep.
And, and it just started by the word. You know, I just spread the word. I put some posts. I text my friends and give it to them. I don't know if you read yours, but I said, and yeah, and then we just come out, and you will be a great conversation piece.
You think so?
Just to get it started,
yeah, probably, yeah.
He said, yeah.
To ask those tough questions, because the tough questions need to be asked. And first, when we did, they look at you, but it only take one to open up. It only take one, and I don't want it to be me because I'm one of the facilitators.
Gotcha.
So I let somebody open up, and then we go.
Yep.
Is there age limit or age range?
So here's my game plan. I want to go with the adult male.
Okay.
But I brought up the story about the young man. I would love, well, we're going to bring them in this coming month, to bring them in so they could tell their stories about how they feel and how they deal with mental health.
Okay.
And I know that'll open up some of the older males. And so we're going to get as young as we can, where they can understand the conversations we're having, that if you're going to lead a family, you got to take care of your mental health.
Yes.
You got to take care of your mental health.
Yeah.
You talk about the one where he killed his entire family. So what was he going through? And then I'd be thinking, like, man, I wish I could have talked to him to see where his mindset was of what he's going through. But how many of us are going through it?
Yeah.
And I say us because I'm one of them.
Yeah.
But how many of us are really going through
and not saying anything? And I think when I was at that conference, the statistic was 75% of men are dealing with stuff and not getting the help.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
75%
75?
dealing with something and not getting help for it.
Well, so again, what is the help? Does our community know what the help is?
Most
Because there's
likely
this
don't.
taboo around talking to psychologist or a therapist or a counselor. Like there's some other issues that we need to hurdle over before we even get to, I need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah, It wasn't until I think it was about 5-6 years ago, my uncle, who's passed on now, he was a pastor, local pastor here in Milwaukee, Pastor Bobby Sinclair, my uncle. He told me, he said, man, I was dealing with some stuff. And he said, he always called me Dorian's son. He said, Dorian's son, he says, you need to go to therapy. He said, because you are angry. I was like, you think so? He was like, yeah. He said, every time we talk about different subject, he said, I can see your mouth curl up, your fist tighten. He was like, go talk to somebody. Right. He said, outside of me. He said, go talk to a licensed professional.
I went
through my insurance. Most of us don't realize insurance does pay for that. And I called and contacted, got through, got signed up. It was the best thing I could have done. And I've done it more than once. And I would tell anybody, man, there's no problem with going and talking to a counselor. No problem with that. It's not meaning you crazy. You just going, and most times all you're doing is just talking. Because counselors, they're just listening. They ask very few questions. They may ask a couple of things to keep the conversation going, but you just there talking, and they just there listening and provide some context to you. But it don't mean you crazy. And that's like you said, Jordan, it's just taboo around. You know? First, and that's black folks. Oh, you crazy? You gonna sit in the... Who said that? Where's that? Right. Where's that found? Right. What facts are around that says that? None.
And I agree. I'm gonna piggyback off you. Therapy word was taboo to me. It was taboo. I was not going. I'm like, y'all forcing me to do this, and I really fought it up until the moment I walked into therapy. I really fought. I wasn't going. I drove. That's part of my story. I drove and I sat there, but in my case, I needed my family back, and I knew this is one way that I could get my family back is if I go to therapy. Didn't know what therapy was about because it was taboo to me. So after going in there and sitting in therapy, talking in sessions and getting to talk, you look at people and they go through the same thing you go through. The same thing you go through. You sitting up there, you angry about what you're going through. And, but I took accountability. That's another one of the things. We got to take accountability for our actions too. As Black men. If we created it, let's get to the source where we can sit down and talk about it. That's another taboo in our Black community. We not, because we the man of the king of the jungle, and we're not talking about it. Right.
And then you just letting it fester, and it's building up. And then when it does come out, it's coming out in almost like a rage.
Anger. Yeah, it is rage.
It's come out in rage. And at that point, now you're not really expressing what needs to be expressed because you pissed. You hear. And what you getting ready to say or what you saying, almost listen to that point because you in a rage.
Yeah.
So then, what? Now you got it out, but you got it out the wrong way. Got it out the road, but I think, like you said, if we had more of these conversations, man. What do you see? What do you said we should start with these kind of groups, conversations. Then after those conversations, what do you think should happen next? Do you think there's something that we should continue to do, or
absolutely?
What do you think?
Absolutely. And after we start getting ourselves together as the older group, we need to reach out to the community, the young men in the community. It is so many young men that we see on a daily basis that are struggling with manhood. What is it to be a man?
What is it?
What is it to be a man? And they're struggling with it because they don't have a man in their life to see it. So now you're creating that cycle. When I grow up, I teach myself how to be a man. What if that you never saw it? So how are you teaching yourself? So I figure after we continue this conversation on mental health and start really opening up together, that's going to be the trickle effect to get it started. And then we can really come into circles and groups and go talk to young people because they need it. And I want to go to the high school level. It's really deep because they've been holding it in for all those years.
And you've done a couple of high schools, right?
Oh, we're in it right now.
You're in a high school right now. And what's your take from sitting there with the high schooler?
I listen. I open up with a tough subject.
Okay.
And then I want to set the platform so I can get them talking. And our first platform was on fathers. So I wanted to hear how you feel about your father. It doesn't come out pretty most of the time.
Yeah. Really?
It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't. And then I do understand some fathers tough love.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like tough love. But when it just gets like crazy and outrageous and you cussing your son out for doing this.
Yeah.
We're working on a piece and I wasn't going to bring it up. It's called The Absent Chair.
Yep.
And this is where it all started. I just put a chair on the stage with a boys group, a 5th grade boys group. I don't know where it came from. I put a chair on the stage, said, that's the absent chair. Who would you want sitting in that chair? Who would you missing in your life? And that's when the dad stories come. My dad this and my dad that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, it hurts, but I need more people to hear what these kids are saying. So I started the Brotherhood Collective. So let's talk. Let us talk first, and then go ahead to the young kids. Let them join us, and then we all have one conversation. Will it always work? No, we're gonna have complications, but at least we're having a conversation.
Yeah. And that's what I learned too from my dad before he passed away. I'm glad we was able to have this conversation because he was in and out of my life growing up. He was a drug abuser and he was an alcoholic, and I didn't know though when I was much younger that he was out there abusing drugs, not till I got like much older. I just was wondering, okay, why I see him, and then when I see him, it was a great time, and then I don't see him no more. I'm like, where you at? Didn't know that that's what he was doing, and then he didn't tell me until I was about 16, 17 what had been really going on, and he was just, me and him had a really good conversation because he just told me, a lot of times he says I was scared. I was scared. And when you didn't see me, that was when I was doing my stuff. And then I got off of it, and then you would see me again, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, that was me cleaning myself up. And then I fell right back into it again. And then that's when I would disappear. Wow.
That's a little bit of my personal story. Yeah.
Really?
And yeah. And I'm not going to get into it because I'll get emotional, but
because you're going to start when the tears going to come. I mean, this is a safe place.
It is a safe place.
That's part of my story.
Yeah.
I had to clean myself up for my family. And to hear your kids tell you how they felt about growing up with an alcoholic dad, that made an effect. That's why I want to get out here so I can hear the stories from the kids and help as much as I can. And going back to my father piece, growing up with my dad, I despise my dad. I think your wife always hears me say, I despise my dad.
Still today?
No.
You do? Oh.
Well, it was a big change.
Okay.
Like, I thought he was so mean and cruel to me. And he was really teaching me how to be a man. Take the garbage out, do little stuff, use your hands, walk on the right side. And he was teaching. I used to just really despise him until I think my brother said, Daddy was good to you, Ricky. And I had to pause because he really was. And then 2 years before his death, we sat down and had that conversation. He said, I was just doing the best way I could to teach you how to be.
Man, but think about how many sons don't get to have that conversation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's where the mental health come in right there.
That don't get to get that perspective. Oh, that's why you were doing that.
Yes. That's why I said tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love is good love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and my mama gave me a whole lot of that. I can say that much. Lord. I mean, it wasn't until I was about 32 that I got the courage, and I hope my mom is watching, that I got the courage enough to go to her and tell her, Mom, when I was this age, you did this, and this made me feel this way. Because I was terrified to say anything because I'm 80s baby. So we were brought up, our parents brought up, you don't speak, they didn't create that atmosphere where you could come and talk about those kind of problems. It's like, you shut up, you do what I say, and that's it. So I said, I 32 years old, finally got the courage, go down and talk. And my mom was in Mississippi. So I took the train down, went down and talked. Me and her just had a wonderful conversation. And she was like, I never knew you felt like that. Mama, you slapped me for anything. So why do you think I was getting ready to come and tell you something that you did that I felt you did wrong? Watch you and smack me again? Yeah, but it was that tough love because she thought that was the best way to do it because of my father not being there.
Right.
She thought she was filling the role as the father. And she said, it was tough on you. You was only child, so I didn't want you to get spoiled. I didn't want you to have this entitlement a deportment about you. I wanted you to have some values and stuff. So that was the only way I knew to do it is to, beat you when I felt you weren't doing the right thing.
Yeah. But that's not uncommon. You think about our generation, a lot of black men were locked up and taken away from the family.
Yeah.
So that put the responsibility on the mothers who have no idea how to be a man.
Correct.
To teach their young men how to be men. Correct. And that's why you see a lot of take a step back. We talked last week about how things happen in 40-year increments. You can look directly to the 80s and see what happened there with the decimation of the family and the men being taken out of the house not just with our generation, but how our kids are now active in schools, because that's 2 generations of having non-fathers and real men in the homes to do that. And I think that put, again, a lot of pressure on the women and responsibility on the women to teach boys how to be men and not knowing how to do so. So that's a failure on our part. Now we can blame the government, we can blame the 3 strikes rule, and we could do all that.
Or they say but the 94 crime beat.
Right. But it's still,
they love to say that.
It's the men, it was the man's responsibility, if he was taking care of his responsibilities, to not put himself in position so that he can be there for his family, despite what the government is doing. So there's always a back and push and pull around what public policy is doing, but what your personal responsibility is around doing those things. So
and when I started out, when I said that the conversation I heard was listening to a podcast, he said it's our fault.
Yep.
And one of our mottos is stop blaming, stop complaining, and own it.
Yeah.
You know, just
we do have to own that.
Yes.
We got to own that.
You said a key word, conversation.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, with the conversation.
Yeah. And then especially for the young men that you're dealing with, I am so glad that you had this program for them, because I've seen it up close. I've seen exactly what you do. And my prayers go out to you, Uncle Rick, because I know where your heart is. Some people out here are just evil sometimes. And I do just pray that you keep your head up and keep on the straight path that you're doing, because you are making some change in these boys that if you weren't there, where would they be? Where's the outlet now? Because they don't have an Uncle Rick.
Thank you.
You know, and they just need it, man. So that's just awesome to me.
Okay, I'm getting emotional.
I know, it's okay. This is the safe place, man. I'm telling you, ain't nobody gonna take it. Well, I mean, we are on Facebook Live. we are on Facebook Live, but anybody gonna take this and say, "Oh man, Dorian had Rick on there, man.
Right.
No, man, we ain't gonna do that to you, man. It's all right, man. It's okay to let some tears drop, man.
Yeah.
We good, man. But just to know that and actually get to see it, and it just baffles my mind how people keep saying that, we don't have stuff, we don't have these programs, we don't have this. We got stuff going on in these schools for these students, a lot. And this is a program that's just been around since 2014. You mean what do you mean there's no programs? There is programs. But I'll be willing to make sure that as parents, we are putting our kids in the spots to get to these programs too. And then we're allowing them to get what they need to get out of the program too. And that's another problem, because sometimes, again, parents, we are sometimes to blame for that. We aren't making sure that our kids are set up for success. If you know your child is having problems in school when they have this program, put them in the program.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say this. It's a set of parents that I call them like my son and my daughter, and I got a grandson out of the whole thing. The kid's name is DJ. I don't know if some of y'all might know who he is.
DJ, huh?
Yeah.
Those initials sound familiar.
Yeah, and man, just to see where he's come from.
Yeah.
And I know from day one he didn't want to be in the program. But when you have 2 good parents that'll push you in the right direction, it helped out a lot, right?
He's talking about my baby.
Yeah. So if we had more parents like you all, right, to push their children, find a program. If that program is there, that would really help. That would. So
So I'm thinking about that. Like, my mom, she would. I appreciate it now, but we were in. I call it, like, my brothers and I were like culture men. Like, people call us a culture man, because my mom had us in everything. We did violin lessons, piano, swimming, whatever it was. Like, she had us in a lot of these different programs. And I think it was because, she recognized that we needed to be around and socialize in different spaces, in positive areas, right? So, like, figuring out ways that we can get these kids to just be active and engaged with programming, to do things, like get them into the YMCA, get them into the swim club, get them into music, even whatever you have to do. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be here if I didn't have all those skills, first of all, from doing that. but it's reality. Like, and then again, my mom too is like, my father wasn't in the home. What I think she recognized was that I need to make sure that my boys are surrounded by other men So we had our uncles and we had our family, and we had our village. So we always had people to look up. And she might not say she did it intentionally, but I think she did it intentionally because she knew, like, I can't be raising these 5 boys on my own without a male presence. So let me make sure they get in front of other men who are doing the right things, taking care of their families, showing a structure and doing to do that. So however we could do, or whatever we could do to help bring some of that to our youth in these schools and scale those programs up and like advocate for these different things, like, please let us know, because we need more and more and more and more of that. Because I wouldn't be sitting in this seat if I didn't have those other role models that my mother put us in front of.
Likewise, and I always go back to my home church, which I was born and raised in. You know, the men in that church. You know, again, when my dad, and I always say, God will replace what's not in your life for you. When my dad was out, I had the men at church too, was, you know, pushing and, you know, putting their arms around all of it. And not just me, all of the young men that came up in there. So I am really grateful for those men. And then especially my godfather, Edgar Bullock is his name. You know him.
Yes.
Yeah. Met him when I was on the police department. Had no clue that this was going to sprout into what it did. Me and him hooked up, man, and he became my surrogate father. And from then on, and all the way until he passed away, Lord bless his soul. But I had that peace there. I had this father peace. That's something that I had always wanted. But God gave me Ed,
right?
You know, and call him June. But God gave me him, and he didn't. It was a choice for him to love me the way he did. He didn't have to, but he loved me just as I was one of his children, like literally. And I thank God for that. And I just thank God for me being put in those places to meet men like that.
Yeah.
You know, but how many of us don't have that? You know,
plenty.
Yeah. How many of us don't have that? But I'm just so thankful. I always go back to what my mentor once told me, is that God doesn't work out of burning bushes. He works through people. And I remember back when I was a case manager at WCS Parsons, the halfway house there, I had my boss there. His name was Julius Coates. He mentored me and helped pay my way through school, everything. He was my boss. Literally, I was just, one day I was in his office, we were just shooting stuff, just talking. And I was telling him I needed help with school. I got this, bill due, and they telling me if I don't get it, if I don't pay it, I will be kicked out and whatnot, because I was, struggling at the time. The man gave me a check, rolled it out, said, here, $900. Take it. Go to your school, pay your class off. What? And he said, if you want to give everything back, you can. He said, the way you pay me back is you graduate.
Yes,
right.
Look at that.
Wait, did you give it back?
I did. Okay. Wait, and the funny part you say that. I gave it back to him.
No.
And you know what I did to him? He sat in his office and cried.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't expect you to get this back to me. I'm like, well, I told you I'm, being a person of my word. Yeah, I'm going to give it back to you, because I didn't expect you to give it to me. First off, I don't know what your situation is. I don't have $900 to pluck off a tree and get to somebody.
Right.
So, and he just sat there at his desk and cried. He was like, I didn't expect you to do this. And I was like, yeah, and I'm graduating. More tears came, because he was like, dude, what? Like, yeah, so I thank him. I will always give credit to him. Julius D. Coates.
And that's a dream.
Thank
you. Dream of Own It. And I'm glad you offered. That's the dream of Own It. Like, I made a statement one time and didn't know what I was saying. I said, y'all know I was excited. Y'all know I'm going to put something on y'all books. But they took that the wrong way. No, I meant your college education.
Oh, they talking about jail books.
Yeah, they talk jail books. And I'm still on that I want to put something on your books through the Own It organization. Put something on your books, no matter what it is. If it's just to buy one book, just to buy pens, paper, or whatever, that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Show and little things like that of gratitude shows them that you care about them.
Right.
And you're pushing them forward.
But my mom is watching.
Uh-oh.
She said you need the village. Yes.
My mom is watching too. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. You need the village.
Wait, did you hear about what I said? Okay.
Wait, when did you tune in, Mom? What time? But no, she did. And again, mother, she did the best she could. She just wanted, again, having that conversation. She wanted the best out of me.
Yeah.
And what they say, spare the child, spare the ride. Well, yeah, she definitely spared that ride. A whole lot.
It was the spare.
Right. But I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for those whoopings, because it made me to the man I am. And I think I'm pretty decent guy. I think so.
You are.
I think I came out all right.
I can vote.
You voted? Okay.
Yeah.
Beat your kids.
You said what?
Said beat your kid.
See, that's the difference.
We need to bring that back.
There's a difference between a whooping and beating.
Yeah.
You know? And I think too, we get into that too, where people are beating the kids. Like when I say beat, I got whoopings.
Yeah, we whoopings.
We got whoopings.
Yeah.
I didn't get beat like that. I got whoopings.
Wasn't beating and violent nature.
Right. It wasn't like that. It was like, my whole thing. If I told you to do something and I told you at least twice, and then I go back and you still ain't did it, now I gotta spank your butt. Yeah. Okay, cool. And that's the same theory I did with my children. I had a 2 strikes rule. If I told you twice already to do it, you ain't did it. Now I got to get your attention, and your attention is me getting the belt.
Yes, sir.
Spanking that behind.
Yes, sir.
So then now you ain't gonna forget it. Now you're gonna remember that. But I think that's a lot what's missing today. A lot of times we are trying to be our children's friends, and it's okay to cultivate a relationship with your kids. That's wonderful. But you got to make sure when you're doing that, you make sure you're not crossing that line that you always have it where they understand that you are their parent.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm making this atmosphere and making the condition where you can come and talk to me about anything, and we have this relationship. But your mom, I think a lot of that's not being.
It is missing.
Yeah,
it is.
Because you wouldn't have the kids coming into schools the way they are. The stories that I know you heard, because I've sat in the classroom with you and heard them. Like,
it's weird.
Whoa,
yeah, it's tough.
This is what you came to deal with this morning, and you in class trying to
So now you think about it, the deepness that they got to go back to at home after being with us like 4 or 5 hours, pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But then I got to close my day out and go back home to what I came to school with.
Yeah.
And those are some deep issues.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm loving this conversation. You was all nervous and stuff. So you still nervous? Yeah. Because the next question you I want to ask you about the war in Iran. So can you tell me about the Strait of Hormuz? I'm just playing. No.
We got 2 ships through, right?
Nah, apparently we did not get 2 ships.
Apparently we didn't.
I heard they was shooting missiles out another day for trying to do that. So
yeah,
that's. I posted the other day and I said the world is not going to keep letting the bully them.
No,
and the world is through with it.
Yes,
and we are no longer going to be able to get away with what we've been able to get away for the last 200 years.
No,
not happening.
That's about to stop.
Yep.
As the folks in Mississippi that's about to stop real soon. But yeah, man. So it was a good convo. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Because this heart was ticking.
So we got gonna bring you in a hot seat.
Well, that's what I feel like. This the hot seat.
Oh, come on, man.
Over here.
Oh no,
I appreciate it.
I mean, we got the French fry lights up, but other than that, you good. You good, man. You all right. You held up real good.
I went with one of my sons. I'm good.
And it's hilarious that y'all know each other. When you telling me
when I looked at it,
yeah. So did you tell them? So we met at the Esquire group. So a good buddy of our mentor of mine, Mr. Charles Brown. Hey Charles, if you're watching. Air Force veteran.
You got it.
U.S. Air Force veteran.
They funny about that stuff, man.
We do. Well, he hosts the Esquire Men's Group, and which is a group of young men. I think they're middle school, high schoolers. Once a month, again, we go to breakfast and we talk around social issues and we ask them questions. I think. Did you go this week?
I did.
Yes, they did. They did a stereo this month.
Made
the stereo from scratch, which was I was mad because I was like, I want to go do that because I would love to learn, but I didn't get a chance to go do it.
Everything.
Yeah, but anyway, so he started doing this a couple of years ago because I met
programs out here.
Well, yeah, a lot of stuff going on, but the thing is, it's not systemized. It's Rick taking it upon him to say, there's a need here, and no one's stepping in that gap. Let me figure out a way to step into this gap. Mr. Brown said, we got all these kids here who need male mentorship and need someone to come in and teach them the way. Saying, all right, I need to step in the gap. And I don't care if I'm doing it on my dime. Let me bring them in, pull them in, and have these conversations with them. So I met Rick just a couple months, about 2 or 3 months ago at this event, and we kicked it off right away. We had a good conversation. And,
how can you not?
At least I had never formally met you. I might have seen you out, especially since you're in the mentor
Yeah.
group, I'm sure I met you at some point, but we never sat down and like met and talked to each other. And it was a great conversation.
It was.
And he invited me. He invited me to the thing. I said, Rick, this is like a dude that I need to know. And Charles Brown said, he's somebody you need to know. So I trust
somebody
him.
vouched for him?
Yeah,
Somebody vouched for him?
He said he's someone you need to know. But that's the point. Is like, while it shouldn't be our responsibility. It shouldn't be your responsibility to do these different things. It's you again taking the ownership or the onus to step into the gap and provide the program that our kids need because you know it's out there. And if we don't do it, again, if we don't take responsibility for taking our kids and bringing them up to where we need to be, we can't blame anybody else for it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. What was the name, Tiff? What's the name? Because my wife is in studio tonight. Tiff, what was the name of the program DJ went to? And it was all of the older men that was over it. And they was working out of North Division.
It was just the summer.
I know. I can't think of the name of it.
And it was a bunch of older men.
Yeah. Oh.
That was over this program. And I went, because I said, okay, I took him to his orange kids. I said, I got to see this. I went up in there. Them old cats was in there, man, had it humming. I mean, they had these boys at it, working. I mean, and the boys, they wasn't disrespectful. They was, you know. It was learn. Okay.
Young kids, they had to work with the older men because they stayed in house. They didn't go to the different sites.
Okay.
Man, oh, I love that, man. Seeing these, as they say, these elder statesmen.
Yeah.
Running this program, man, having these boys just getting to it. And there wasn't no, you know, sass, or as I say, wasn't no talking back. You know, them brothers had it under control. And I just to see that though, and to see that village, man. Oh,
I'm
awesome.
I'm gonna take the blame on. I'm gonna put some of the blame on me.
It's
this word called collaboration.
Collaboration.
And we need to start collaborating.
Yes.
All the small little groups that we have could be more powerful if we sit and we collaborate.
We talked about that at our community forum. We just talked about that.
The trades.
Yes.
There were a lot of black men that were teaching the kids the trade. There were others.
Yes.
But for them to see a bunch of black men and do the hands-on work,
it
was like a magnet. They were attracted, they were engaging, they were excited.
Yeah.
So that's
but we just said that at the community forum. We was talking about how all these nonprofits y'all got 1 million nonprofits and all y'all trying to do the same thing. And but you ain't. He definitely come to the forum.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, he can speak. He can be a speaker.
Absolutely for you. Absolutely. Got hot again.
You say got hot again.
That's today he coming. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now
got hot over here.
Now our show's called Facts Over Feelings. So you just factually said you was coming to this forum for Tay. Huh? What's the date again, Tay? What's the date for
next weekend? I think it is. Isn't it?
It's next weekend.
May 16th. May 16th.
Like we said. Yeah, we did. Here, it's gonna be here.
So we
gonna be here upstairs.
We do a forum. So we did our first forum. We did a candidates forum last month, and we got a really good engagement and people coming out. So we're gonna do another one, and it really is. I think this time we're talking about the response to the
recent floods.
The recent floods and just like accountability. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely got a case of PTSD, man. Seriously. Whenever I hear rain, I'm like, oh no. Again.
Yeah. So again, what we found is that people always say that our community is not seeking information. But what we're finding is that people want information. They want to know what's going on. They want help. They're seeking answers. So we're trying to, again, step in and fill that gap with. We may not have all the answers, but we can bring in Rick, who can talk about mental health. We could bring in so-and-so to talk about how to deal with these floods. And we could talk about politics and how it's important to your life and all those different things. It's just convening a space so that inviting people in to have the conversation. And that's the conversation is what it all starts with.
And here's my PSA. Alderman DeAndre Jackson, I'm gonna email you again. I ain't heard back from you, my brother. Now I'm gonna give him this credit. when I complained to him about the leaves and stuff backing up in the sewers, and I told him I was very pissed off that I had to go out there and go up and down my block and move leaves off the sewers, the sewer grates, because water was starting to come up. I'm like, I shouldn't have to do that. Like, y'all, I pay too much in taxes. Had to go be doing that. He did get back to me and sent someone out within like 2 or 3 days. City came out and did and cleaned and sucked everything up, which was perfect. But brother, I done emailed you twice per my last email. Emailed you twice about coming to the forum so that we can talk about these issues and more people can understand and know who to go to and how this, system works, about making sure we get resources here in our district. And you have yet to respond. I guess no. And then Supervisor Martin, I've sent you a message on your phone as well, asking you to come out, and I have not heard back from you. So I'll be there. I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to send another email to you, Alderman Jackson and Supervisor Martin, inviting you guys to come on out next week, Saturday, to our community forum so people can hear from their elected officials. So come on. We are your constituents. We need to hear from you. So, yeah, that's my PSA for that. Uncle Rick, thanks, man.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank the whole community that's here right now. Thank y'all.
Yeah, appreciate
it. My numbers didn't. Oh, that's right.
Okay. Plug.
Is he the plug?
He's what it sound like.
You plug.
That does about the community a lot.
Okay.
They give away food. They have a lot.
You talking about your church like she go there?
She do. So we a part of family. Family go to.
You got the older family. Okay.
So this is what I'm gonna say. You know how people tell you, call me if you need something.
Yeah.
I never did, but now I'm calling because I know the community needs it. And so far, people have reached back to say, what you need, how can we help? Right. And I think that's what goes to Brentwood. We just make the call and they're starting to come.
So I can call you if I need something?
You definitely can. You definitely can call me.
So I got your red bat phone.
You got it. All the numbers your red yours.
Okay.
It might take me a couple of days to answer back.
But at least you're going to answer back, though.
I'm going to answer back.
Okay.
I'm going to answer back.
Okay.
Yeah. But I really appreciate this opportunity. I really do.
So again, brothers that want to join, and because I actually want to come to one of these, how do we do that?
You can hit my email. It's Rick at Own It Mentoring. Own It Mentoring is one word .org. Or I'm going to give out my business line number. It's area code 414-235-7191.
Okay.
414-235.
Hey, can you put that in the chat at all?
91.
We're gonna put this information out there in our chat so y'all can see it in the comments.
Yeah, we need as much help helping our youth as we can. And believe it or not, y'all, the youth ready to work.
Yeah. Oh, believe it.
414-235-7191. 235-7191. And then my last thing I want to say, we're doing something for the summer. Like the school, the district that I'm in, just random. I said, hey, we need to come help our elderly clean up. Are y'all available? And they was like, yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
I said, you know what? In my mind, that means keeping us together, keeping y'all out of trouble, and we're going to be helping people along the way. So I was overheard in the conversation, and an administrator came out. He said, hey, we heard you because we're listening to the conversation. We were outside. You could start with our building, and we'll put flyers out. So I think that's a good thing. It's just showing our youth want to help, and if we help the elderly, then the word will spread.
Yeah.
And then we collaborate together, become one big old happy village again.
Here we go. Okay.
You need to mention that your youth group helped out at Blues Fest.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love the Blues Fest.
I'm so glad she.
You listen,
keep me on there.
Plugging you for real.
Yeah, real plus. The Jazz Blues Fest, the Granville.
Yep. Yeah.
Jazz Blues Fest.
Yeah.
Bronzeville. Is there in
Bronzeville Days?
Bronzeville Days. We help, and it's volunteer. They go down and clean up, but the enjoy that they stay down there the whole entire time, getting on my nerves. But
you love it.
There, I do. I love it. Getting on my nerves.
Many of you get jobs just being in that space.
She plugged. There's a plug.
You man. You can put her on payroll.
And I don't mean to plug Pops, but one day he was in dire need. Now Pop's got this little ego about himself sometimes. And I was trying to reach out to him, but this day he needed some workers, right? And he said, hey, you Uncle Rick, right? I said, yes, sir. I need them 4 girls right there. And one of them been working with him ever since.
Oh, wow.
And that's been 4 years.
Pop's Barbecue.
Pop's Barbecue.
Man, that's some good barbecue, man. He gave you some really fat pieces.
We get
So I'm
tired
just plug in real quick. He gave you some really good meat, man. I'm telling you.
Good. So he getting the plug for free. We going to eat for free.
Oh, yeah, we definitely are.
Nice.
Hook that up.
He in your district.
Well, I need to. Mr. Resource Rick,
right?
Let me ask you to make a connection
plug in studio,
and we can definitely have that conversation because I'll show up and meet him and talk to him
anytime you want.
Where is Pops at?
He's on 91st, and
that is absolutely in my district. Wherever now,
he's got the mobile truck, the big yellow. Wherever you see the yellow is, he was on 76.
He's on 76 in Good Hope,
but he moved out.
Okay,
Appleton.
Okay.
Right in a little area over there.
Yeah. Okay. If you can make that connection for sure, we'll definitely do that.
Anytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jordan, I'm gonna give you the floor real quick. Did you do a plug for your campaign and your candidacy?
Yeah.
District 12.
District 12, State Assembly, Jordan Roman. So this week, shout out to the seniors. You mentioned the elders. We had our first listening session last week at the Sycamore Apartment Place. Great conversation. What I realized, and I should already know this, that our seniors have the answers to everything and they've been through everything. So nothing. They know the answers. So we need to tap in better with them. Our population, our age group needs to do a better job of engaging with them. That was our first listening session. So this Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30, we are having our second listening session with the broader community in District 12 at Kitchen 11, which is at 6800 West Brown Deer Road. So we'll be there between 5:30 and 7:30. Come out and meet me, but talking about whatever issues are on your mind, some of the things that you would like to learn about my campaign, but then also what are the issues that you have? What do you want me to work on? Those type of things. And then next week, Friday, we are having our first major fundraiser at Wall Street Stock Bar. So shout out to the ownership there.
Yeah.
Not Charlie. Is it Charlie?
It's a major one.
Yeah. So we're doing.
We have a small, but this is a major one.
So it's the first one. So we'll be at Wall Street Stock Bar on the 15th. That's next week, Friday, I believe at 5:32. We'll be there. I think we have it all night. I'm not sure, but come on through. Support the candidacy. We're gonna raise some money. Get to know me on my platform. I'll be speaking for a little bit, and then let me run off a couple other things. Yeah. We have
run them down.
June 1st. We are having a karaoke event at Brownstone. Shout out to Jonna at Brownstone. So they're gonna host a fundraiser / karaoke for us there. That's gonna be fun because I'm the karaoke king. We're also planning a golf outing, I believe, sometime in, I want to say July something. And then we're doing we got a bunch of stuff. And then we're also doing a nacho average fundraising taco night Tuesday on June 16th at the Uplift Mansion on 31st. And so we're rolling out these events, again, to get to know the community, the broader community, learn about my campaign, but I want to engage with people. I am not running for office for Jordan. I am running for office for you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it because it's already stressful enough. But I love my community. I want to see it get better. I have this appetite for helping us get better as a community, as Black men, making sure we have spaces, making sure that I'm in the spaces to have these conversations and be an example. But support your boy, and we'll go from there.
I tell you, I've been to a couple of his events. He is the truth, y'all.
So
anybody that lives out in District 12, excuse me, I'm still stuck on the last election. District 12.
District 12.
State Assemblyman. Right, traumatized a little bit. Make sure you go out and vote. And when's the primary for your position?
August 11th. August 11th. Okay. So we got a couple more months, a few more months, 4 more months. But we'll be pushing. I've been pushing the pavement really hard. I try to knock on doors every day. I'm having great conversations at the doors. I had a great conversation with a young lady today around housing and what we need to do. And she even mentioned, like, we can't help all our people, but the ones we can't help, we need to help. So yeah, I love having those conversations, and that's helping me create my platform. It's not me giving you answers to what I want to think you think I should do. It's you tell me what you need as a community, and I'll do my best job to advocate and bring those solutions for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that about does it for tonight. So we thank everybody for tuning in. And I see some folks with in and out. But thank y'all anyway. Please join us next week. Do we have any campaign folks coming through next week? Did we get, or did they still playing? Is we still playing phone tag with
Mandela?
Yeah, there you go. Put out your PSA.
Let me. Where my? You see me in Mandela?
Put that out there. Put that out there because we got it. Because I got an issue. I got an issue.
Mandela.
Zoom in.
Okay, he's zoomed in. Mandela, get your campaign team. I know you busy, but we would love to have you on the show. I know we've been going back and forth, but I haven't had a response in like 2 weeks now. So we would love to have you on.
Come on, man.
We want to talk to your campaign. The people want to know why you're running and what you're doing.
I definitely do.
You know, I support you. You know, you're my boy. We go back March House, all that stuff.
Oh, you know, got you zoomed in good too. I'm looking at it on the thing.
But
she got you
get your team to respond to me. We would love to have you on any Tuesday that you're available. We'll make it work. Shout out to y'all, but get back to me. We have Kelda Roy's team's coming on, I think soon. And then I'm sorry, Missy Hughes, sorry. And then Joe Brennan will be on in the next couple of weeks too. So we do have those two confirmed. So we're really just waiting for Mandela and Miss Kelda Royce.
And then I'm going to reach out back out to County Executive Crawley's campaign and get him back on because we had him on way earlier. So I think it's the right thing to get him back through again because he was on like way earlier when all this started. So I want to get him back. But yeah, y'all, come on now, Mandela.
Mandela,
you know, I'm just making that say. Cause man, I got an issue with that, man. You know, I got an issue with you not coming to speak to the people. Like I get you trying to get the beige vote. I'm trying to say this the right way because they done pissed me off. I understand you trying to get that vote, but brother,
come talk to your people.
You need to be up in her, and coming down in this area because this is where the vote. And this is the problem we had before. This was the issue: is that you ran, and black folks felt you didn't come down and talk to them. You know, it's kind of like you thought you had it in the bag. Like, no, you got to come down here and talk to people, man. So. And I guarantee you, if you watch the show, we don't ask you any hard-hitting questions. We're not gonna get you for I got you moment. We're not doing that. Just want you to come talk to people so people can hear you make a good informed vote when this primary comes up in August. So that's all we're trying.
Huh? Marcelia?
Yeah, she came.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Me, so what's that?
Yeah. So we're
added me too.
So Chairwoman Marcelia Nicholson, she has expressed that she wants to be in the show. We're working out the details. So so we're talking. I mean, we can triangulate. We can get her. But so I'll actually see her tomorrow at the Acre. Congratulations to the Acre cohort this year. Their ceremonies tomorrow. I'm an alumni of that program, so now I'm talking about it. So she's actually in this cohort of this class, and that's the Associate Commercial Real Estate at Marquette University. So I will make sure to touch base with her to get her on the books. I've had a number of people in my circles now, in this political circles, who we now know are watching the show and they want to get on the show, which is dope, right?
Like I found out that David Carly's wife knew about me and I didn't know.
Yeah. So come on the
show.
show.
I heard about your show, my show. What? Yeah, on YouTube. What?
So all you elected officials, if you want to get in the show, you can contact us through our producer, Tay. That's all right. You can contact me or Dorian. We'll make it work between the three of us. We'll get you on as time allows.
Yeah. So come on, y'all. Come on, Cletus. Come on. Stop playing around. Come on down. But thank y'all. Y'all be blessed. Make sure y'all get registered to vote. Yes. Please get your IDs. There's no excuse. The DMV is giving out free, as Kanye West before he went crazy said, free 99.
Mm-hmm.
That means you pay nothing for this ID. All you got to do is go up and show your documentation that you need, and they'll give you the ID. Boom, you got it. Start voting. You can get yourself registered. There, we have no excuse, y'all. We cannot be playing around with these people. Yeah. These people are just.
They are not playing around.
They're not playing around. They're not playing around. They're not playing around, and they're using a law that's on the books to do what they're doing, to dismantle stuff, to make sure that it's getting harder. They're scared. They know November is coming. They seeing this blue wave is rising,
Yep.
and they're doing their absolute best to suppress the vote, y'all. And I don't understand black MAGA, or I'm gonna call it black maggots. I don't understand how y'all still carrying the water for these people, and they are showing you that you really don't matter, and they want to make sure that your voice don't matter, your vote doesn't matter, that where you live at doesn't matter. It's just about them trying to hold and maintain power.
Yep.
And that's it. Because if you notice, they're in power, they're not doing nothing for folks that's like us. They're trying to dismantle our history. They're trying to dismantle things and rights and protections for us.
Yep.
And y'all sitting here on carrying that water, that's a mental health issue that we need to explore too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do that later on.
So let me do one more thing. So
go ahead.
If our vote didn't matter, they will not be trying so hard to take it away.
There it is.
So don't let them take it away. What we need to do this time around is show up in numbers to say whatever cheating y'all doing, because that's exactly what they are doing. It don't matter because we're going to show up regardless, at least this time around. And then we can have some conversations after that.
Correct.
But this time around, because they're showing us that they're fucking up the rules and they don't care, we need to show them equally that y'all not going to put it and play us like that.
Yep. Louisiana. I hear y'all trying to recall y'all the governor down there. Hey, y'all are 30% of the black vote. Like, come on.
Show up.
Show up. That's all you got to do is show up. Literally.
And I just want to say to the owner alumni, we got plenty of us out there. All the owner alumni, get registered to vote and get out there and vote. It's very, very important. And if you need answers, here's the show to get the answers from.
And it's
so
easy.
All owner alumni, get registered to vote.
Yeah, because those are 18-year-olds, right? 18.
Yes,
y'all. Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
let's mobilize them.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Next weekend, remember y'all, next week, Saturday, we are doing our community forum. We're going to put out some information so that y'all can see that. And please come and participate. But we'll be here at Sherman Phoenix next week talking about our issues. So we thank y'all again for coming out and being with us this evening. We're going to let y'all go. I'm going to get home because I am hungry. I'm ready to eat.
Get some tacos.
You're right. I've been in Madison all day, even though they did give us lunch, but I'm ready to eat now.
One last thing. Tomorrow is the Black Business Expo, not the Black Business Hub's grand opening in Madison from 2 to 6. So we'll be out there. We'll get the information out there to you. But and hi, Mom. Bye, Mom. Love you.
and hi, bye, Mom, as well. Love you.